If you realize that a single declaration, just one precisely selected phrase, could accelerate her pulse and ensure her memory clings to you for decades, would you continue to squander your opportunities on hollow remarks regarding her appearance or attire? Greetings to everyone watching. Welcome back to our platform. A vast majority of men possess no comprehension of the immense gravity their speech carries. They operate under the delusion that chemistry is strictly a byproduct of physical traits, financial standing, or social rank. However, the truth is far more profound. What truly distinguishes you from the crowd is the emotional state you cultivate within her during your interactions. Consider this a fundamental pivot in your mindset. One of the most neglected instruments at your disposal is a perfectly timed and authentically delivered observation. Reflect on this for a second. Have you ever witnessed a woman's entire aura transform simply because of a statement a man uttered? A solitary sentence provided with the right conviction can eternally reshape her perception of you. This isn't a temporary effect, it is a permanent mark. Today, I am deconstructing 8 potent forms of praise that venture far beneath the superficial layer of typical flattery. These are not desperate, over-rehearsed lines that project insecurity or make you easily dismissed. These are psychologically resonant acknowledgments that engage a primal spark in her consciousness, ensuring she feels genuinely perceived, honored, and attracted to you on a visceral level. Here is the blunt reality. If you are distributing generic pleasantries like confetti, commenting on her cuteness or her outfit, then you are merely another faceless individual lost in the digital clutter of her notifications. But if you grasp the Stoic philosophy regarding influence and magnetism, the discipline of self-governance, deliberate communication, and the manner in which you present yourself, you will understand that true strength is not found in the quantity of your words. It resides in the quality of your delivery, and more crucially, the emotional resonance you leave behind. If you are prepared to sharpen your presence, stand out from the masses, and leave an indelible mark, remain fully engaged. Before we proceed, subscribe now if you are committed to evolving your relational dynamics through a Stoic lens. Every piece of content we produce is crafted to help you command your internal world and forge more significant bonds. The first observation involves her scent, noting that the fragrance she chooses is truly captivating. Let's address an element that most men overlook despite its incredible potency: aromatics. If you comprehend the deeper mechanics of attraction, you'll recognize a transformative truth here. A woman's scent is among the most vigorous anchors for memory and longing. Recall how frequently a particular aroma instantly transports you to a specific point in time: a humid evening, a meaningful embrace, a moment frozen in your mind. This occurs because the sense of smell is hardwired to the brain's limbic system, which governs our feelings and recollections. Therefore, when you remark on her fragrance, you aren't simply saying she smells pleasant. You are suggesting that her essence remains with you even in her absence. That concept is profoundly alluring. Most men fail to observe these intricacies, defaulting instead to basic comments about her dress. However, a man who identifies the energy her scent projects and the quiet impact it has on him is immediately distinctive. He is focused, observant, and fundamentally different. This is where Stoicism manifests. A Stoic individual understands that speech has weight. He does not talk merely to prevent silence or seek approval. Every syllable is intentional and weighted with purpose. So when you mention that her fragrance is evocative, do so with composure. Speak with a quiet confidence rather than frantic energy. Speak as one who is secure in his own value. When you do this, observe her physical response. She will recall that instance not just for the day, but every time she reapplies that perfume. That is not luck. That is the architecture of psychological attraction. The second observation focuses on her smile, noting its ability to transform the mood of any environment. Let's analyze this, as it holds more significance than most realize. A smile is more than a physical movement. It is a frequency that can alter the atmosphere the moment she enters. When you tell a woman her smile could brighten a room, you aren't discussing dental aesthetics. You are validating her presence. You are informing her that her internal energy has a tangible impact on the world around her. Have you ever been in a space that felt heavy or disconnected until someone entered with a sincere smile and suddenly the tension evaporated? That is influence. The common man fixates on surface-level beauty. But a perceptive and emotionally grounded man notices the deeper ripples. He sees how her joy affects those in her vicinity. That specific type of warmth is rare, and by acknowledging it, you are saying that you see what she contributes, not just how she looks. That is a recognition of her power. Most men miss this because they are blinded by aesthetics, but her smile is a tool of influence. Expressing this sincerely demonstrates an emotional maturity that sets you apart. A stoic man is conscious of the energy he emits and does not need to be boisterous to be noticed. He leads with presence and calm. When you recognize her smile with genuine respect, she feels truly understood, which is an unforgettable experience. The third point centers on her authenticity, noting that her refusal to conform is admirable. We inhabit a culture dominated by filters and social masks. People are constantly performing to meet external expectations. Authenticity is a rare commodity. When you tell a woman you value how genuine she is, you aren't offering a casual remark. You are validating a courageous life choice. While society often rewards mimicry, she chooses her own truth, which is incredibly magnetic. Women receive comments on their physical beauty constantly, but when a man acknowledges her integrity, it resonates on a different level. You are looking past the mask to the person beneath. You are signaling that you value her true self over a polished image. From a Stoic perspective, this is vital. A Stoic prizes truth over temporary trends. When you mirror that respect for authenticity, you create a bond of mutual respect. You are telling her that the unedited version of her is more than enough, which is a powerful message in a world of pretension. The fourth observation is about her perspective, expressing how much you value the unique way she interprets the world. The world is saturated with duplicates, people operating on autopilot and echoing popular opinions. Occasionally, you encounter someone who thinks critically and views life through a different lens. Acknowledging this isn't just poetic, it is a recognition of her intellect. You are telling her that her mind is inspiring. In a society obsessed with the external, this kind of mental validation leaves a lasting impression. Most men never look past the surface, but the moment you engage with her internal world, how she handles chaos or finds meaning, you transition the connection from basic attraction to something much more substantial. You are communicating that you are stimulated by her thoughts, which immediately elevates you above the crowd. This aligns perfectly with Stoicism, which values clarity and independent thought. By honoring her vision, you are creating an emotional intimacy that doesn't rely on physical touch, but on a connection of the minds. This type of bond does not fade because while others chase beauty, you have chosen to respect her depth. Next, you might tell her that her energy is contagious and motivates you to reach for a higher version of yourself. Energy dictates the quality of our lives. We have all met people who drain our vitality, but there are others who elevate the room simply by being present. When you tell a woman her energy inspires growth, you are offering the highest form of praise. You are saying she is a catalyst for excellence. Life is too brief to spend with those who deplete you. You need those who challenge you. A Stoic man prioritizes progress over comfort and surrounds himself with those who sharpen his resolve. By acknowledging her impact, you are showing that she doesn't just entertain you, she amplifies your potential. This is deep respect, and when she hears it, she realizes she is truly admired for her essence. Furthermore, noting that she is one of the most thoughtful individuals you've encountered carries immense weight. In an era of self-promotion, genuine kindness is a rare jewel. When you highlight her character, you are looking past her public persona and seeing her heart. You are noticing the small gestures, the way she listens, remembers, and cares for others without seeking a reward. This isn't about social skill. It is about substance and integrity. It is easy to be clever, but difficult to be consistently kind. Stoicism teaches that a meaningful life is built on virtue and empathy. By affirming her thoughtfulness, you are acknowledging that her goodness is a form of strength. You are honoring what she gives to the world, and she will never forget the man who saw that. Additionally, expressing admiration for her drive and sense of purpose is incredibly effective. That internal fire distinguishes those who wander from those who build. In a world of distractions, true ambition is rare. When you acknowledge her discipline and the sacrifices she makes for her goals, you are respecting her mindset. Driven individuals aren't looking for hollow validation. They want their dedication to be seen. For a woman often told to be less intense, hearing that her purpose is inspiring is a powerful experience. It shows you are a kindred spirit who values intentionality. This honors her direction in life, which is far more durable than honoring her appearance. Finally, observing her ability to make others feel valued and comfortable speaks to her emotional intelligence. This is a quiet power that cannot be fabricated. Some people command a room, but very few create a genuine connection within it. When you tell her that her presence is grounding, you are speaking to her core. It shows she doesn't need to perform to have an impact. Stoicism prizes the ability to understand and listen before reacting. By recognizing her grace and her capacity to hold space for others, you are acknowledging a virtue that is increasingly scarce. These aren't mere compliments, they are pathways to a profound connection. A woman might eventually lose the memory of your specific words, but she will eternally remember the way you made her feel. Continuing this journey, we move to the 9th observation. I am truly impressed by your resilience. The way you handle challenges with such poise is remarkable. Life is an unpredictable series of obstacles, and most individuals react to pressure with complaints or defeat. However, when you encounter a woman who navigates the storms of life with a composed spirit, you are witnessing a rare form of mental fortitude. By highlighting her strength, you are telling her that you see her internal battles and respect the grace with which she fights them. This isn't about her success, it is about her character under fire. From a Stoic perspective, this is the ultimate virtue. Stoicism is built on the foundation of endurance and maintaining one's integrity regardless of external circumstances. When you acknowledge her resilience, you are validating her spirit, making her feel seen in a way that goes beyond her physical presence. You are recognizing a warrior, and that creates a bond of profound mutual respect. The final pillar of this approach is the recognition of her curiosity. I love how you never stop asking questions. Your desire to learn is one of your most attractive qualities. A stagnant mind is a common sight, but a woman with an insatiable hunger for knowledge is a force of nature. When you praise her curiosity, you are encouraging her intellectual expansion. You are signaling that you are a man who is not threatened by her intelligence, but rather one who is fueled by it. In a world that often asks women to play small or stay silent, your admiration for her inquisitive nature stands out as a beacon of support. This creates a safe harbor for her to be her most expansive self. These 10 insights serve as more than just a list of things to say. They are a blueprint for a different way of existing in the world. They represent the bridge between being a man who simply wants something and a man who offers something, recognition, depth, and understanding. You must understand that attraction is not a game of luck. It is a discipline of observation and intentionality. When you stop using the same tired phrases that every other man uses, you stop being an option and start being an experience. You become the man who noticed the things she thought were invisible. You become the man who spoke to her soul while everyone else was talking to her reflection. Remember, the goal is not to use these words as a tactic for manipulation. A Stoic man is a man of truth. If you do not truly admire her drive, do not speak of it. If you do not find her scent intoxicating, remain silent. The power of these observations lies in their honesty. When you speak from a place of genuine awareness, your voice carries a frequency that cannot be ignored. This is how you build relationships that aren't just based on fleeting chemistry, but on a foundation of meaningful connection and enduring respect. As we conclude, take this mindset into your daily life. Do not just look, observe. Do not just hear, listen. The world is full of beauty that goes unnoticed. Be the man who has the courage and the clarity to name it. By doing so, you transform not only your relationships, but your own character. You become a man of depth in a shallow world, and that is the most magnetic quality of all. Stay focused on your growth, refine your speech, and continue to master your inner world. Moving forward into the final considerations of this mindset, we must address the concept of emotional safety. One of the most significant things you can tell a woman is that you appreciate how she remains steady even when the world around her is in chaos. This is an acknowledgement of her emotional maturity. Most people are volatile, reacting to every minor inconvenience with frustration or anxiety. When you notice her ability to maintain her center, you are highlighting a quality that is essential for long-term stability and deep partnership. This isn't just a compliment about her personality. It is a recognition of her psychological strength. A stoic man values this above almost all else because he understands that a clear mind is the only way to navigate the complexities of life. By pointing this out, you are telling her that you see her as an equal, a partner who can stand beside you in the face of any challenge. This builds a foundation of trust that superficial charm can never establish. Furthermore, we must discuss the importance of the way she treats those who can do nothing for her. If you tell her that you've noticed the way she treats strangers with genuine respect and empathy, you are speaking to the very core of her humanity. This is the observation of her inherent goodness, which is entirely independent of her relationship with you. It shows that you are a man who pays attention to her character when she thinks no one is looking. In a world where people are often calculated and transactional in their kindness, noticing her selfless nature is a profound gesture. It communicates that you value her spirit and her contribution to the collective well-being of those around her. This kind of validation hits deeper than any comment about her physical features ever could because it acknowledges the light she brings into the world. As you integrate these principles into your life, remember that the silence between your words is just as powerful as the words themselves. A man who speaks with intention does not rush his sentences. He allows his observations to breathe, giving the woman the space to truly feel the weight of what he has said. This is the essence of presence. When you offer one of these deep acknowledgments, do not look for an immediate reaction or a return compliment. Simply state your truth and remain comfortable in the stillness that follows. This demonstrates that your worth is not tied to her response. You are not performing for her approval. You are simply an observer of excellence who has decided to share his perspective. This level of self-assurance is what truly defines a man of high value. In conclusion, the art of the well-timed compliment is really the art of being fully awake in your own life. It requires you to step out of your own head, set aside your insecurities, and truly see the person standing in front of you. When you master this, you no longer have to worry about gaming the system or using clever tactics to get attention. Your presence becomes its own reward. You become the kind of man who leaves every person he meets feeling a little more understood and a little more valued than they were before. This is the true path to lasting influence and meaningful connection. Continue to cultivate your inner world. Stay disciplined in your speech and lead with a spirit of genuine curiosity and respect. The depth of your relationships will always be a direct reflection of the depth of your own character. As we move into the final phase of this philosophy, we must address the profound impact of acknowledging her intuition. When you express that you admire her ability to read between the lines or sense things that others miss, you are validating her internal compass. This is a recognition of her wisdom. Many men feel threatened by a woman's insight, but a man who operates from a position of strength and stoicism welcomes